Not of our news here at 7:04. The Eaton Fire is now 45% contained. That's compared to 35% yesterday, so they are making progress there. 14,000 acres have burned.
Let's check in with Gigi Graciette. She is live in Altadena with a couple who lost everything. Gigi.
Jen and Melvin, behind every destroyed house, there is a story. And I happen to know the story of this block, Norwich Village, because this was the home of my friend's parents, John and Chris. Take a look at what's left. Norwick Village, once known as Little Normandy because of the cottages that were built here between 1925 and 1948. You were looking at the home of John and Chris. John is 91. My friend's mother, Chris, is 85. They've lived here on Norwick Place for decades. John's an Army veteran. He worked at JPL for 48 years. And I'm learning this morning that a lot of folks who live in this area of Altadena worked at JPL. He was a professional photographer, and the family estimates he now has lost over 80,000 photos that he had on all of his hard drives, photos of history being made in many cases. He also lost his oxygen machines, his breathing treatment machines. The entire cul-de-sac is gone. I'm going to ask photographer Tony Butita to pan over to the left. Again, this is Norwick Village, once known as Little Normandy. The entire village was designed by architect J. Wilmer Hershey. He's the designer of the Santa Barbara Courthouse and the master plan for the entire community of San Clemente. This block was declared an Altadena Heritage Area on June the 5th, 2005. This block forms part of the 4,627 homes and buildings that have been destroyed, and unfortunately that number is expected to go up. Again, you're looking live at what once was a beautiful home that belonged. It's not easy. To the parents of my friend Denise, her family right now, they know that the whole block has been lost. They've seen a couple of pictures. They don't have an idea, though, of the magnitude of the destruction. They are heartbroken for their parents. Their parents lived here like 40 years. I want to show you this right here. This was a beautiful, well, it still is. It's the only thing that's still standing, the wishing well on the property.
Poetry there.
That is the only thing that is standing. John, a man who proudly served our country in the Army. His wife, Chris, 85 years old. John is 91. Just another look at what once was their home. They actually had a basement. You can see everything has collapsed onto it.
Wow,
and John and Chris lost power. They lost power, and when they were left in the dark, because he depends on oxygen machines and breathing machines, they actually evacuated early. And because of the power being shut off, Mel and Jen, I believe that possibly could have saved their lives because the fire hadn't started yet. So they evacuated because they had no power and they need those medical machines to live. So thankfully they are safe, but they took nothing with them because the fire hadn't started. He would have grabbed those hard drives. 48 years at JPL. Can you imagine the history, the pictures that were on those 80,000 pictures on those hard drives? They have lost absolutely everything, but thank goodness John and Chris are safe with their family right now, and our heart goes out to all the folks. I'm going to ask photographer just to keep panning over there. You can see in the distance, this entire cul-de-sac is gone. It is all gone. Every single home on this block, Norwick Village, is gone this morning. An Altadena Heritage Site declared in 2005, and our hearts go out to all the families, to John and Chris and everybody who lived here. We'll send
It's just a catastrophe.
It really is. And I think so beautifully said, behind every piece of devastation, behind every home, behind every business, there is a story. There were people that inhabited those places.
For years and years. And all those photos that he took, gone. Right. This is what the home used to look like?
It's not just your home. We were saying yesterday, you know.
And the wishing well right there.
Jen, like, it's not just a home. It's all your personal memories, your personal history, and that's what it looks like now. It is, it's just awful.
And it's the textures, it's the sights, it's the smells, it's the views, it's everything that you just get